Should probably call it a night. Where's the safest place to park your car overnight? The garage, obviously. Where's the garage for your money vehicle? Welcome in. Chapter 4. Where do you even begin to put your money? And who is going to be your first teammate or passenger on this journey we're embarking on? Specifically today, 4.1, we're going to look into the business of banking. Because banks are companies, they're businesses. They don't do anything if it doesn't make them money or if it doesn't make sense. Pun intended. Let's go back to a question we asked earlier. As you walk into the bank, are you a borrower or lender? Well, first you have to understand what actually happens to your money as you deposit it into the bank. So I walk into the bank, I take my hard-earned money, let's call it $100, and I hand it to the banker. Hello, Mr. Collins. Welcome to the Bank of Rich Goals. I would surely gladly open up an account for you. Hey, Mr. Banker Man, I need some money to go get my wheels, 'cause I'm hungry. Welcome back, Mr. Steve. I understand you would like to buy a car. I would gladly loan you out this money to go and achieve your rich goal. Hey man, I got the money. Now I need the wheels, brah, 'cause you know I gotta go cruising. Yes. Well, welcome in. We can expect your automobile unit to be ready within 3 weeks. Hello, Mr. Banker. I've learned I need to use my money, and I'd like to deposit 10% of my hard-earned money into your bank. Hey there, Mr. Ritchie. I would gladly accept your deposit in the Bank of Rich Goals. So now you've kind of tracked your dollars and you see how money and currency continues to exchange throughout the economy. You're probably asking yourself, why do I need an account, or how can I use a bank account? Let's bust some myths right now and look at what a bank's advantages really are. Myth number 1, a bank is out to get you. Well, maybe this has been true throughout history or in the ancient past, but today, especially after that '08 financial crisis, banks are heavily regulated, and truly the number one advantage they can give to you is actually security. A bank will insure, don't worry, we'll talk about insurance later, but it will insure your money up to $250,000 through a group called the FDIC. Don't worry what that stands for, but that security, that is a major advantage. Are bigger banks more secure than smaller banks? Nope. Myth number 2, banks don't serve a purpose in today's society or world. Well, look outside. We live in a financial system. Banks help us not only regulate, but help us trade, transfer, track, and even loan out money as we're learning. So as you look at a bank's purpose, start to see it can help you identify where your dollars are, where they're going. Soon we're going to talk about how it can actually connect and automate your choices. That is perhaps one of the best tools a bank can offer you, is that systematic choice and the automation so you can use a bank account. The third myth is, if I put my money in a bank, I won't have access to it, or they won't let me come back and get it. Well, that's just simply untrue. Every dollar you put into a bank is still yours, and you have access and liquidity in those dollars. Liquidity is just a fancy term for saying your money is still cash accessible. Maybe if your money is in a house, you can't turn it into cash overnight. But a bank, those dollars are ready at the click of a button. Now the fourth myth, did that come out right? That's a tongue twister. Fourth myth is that a bank is not going to pay you to use your money. Now, this is one that's just kind of a misunderstanding. the interest rates or how much they're going to pay you has decreased. And it's not our parents' or grandparents' generation where they're getting 5% from just sitting in a bank. But a bank is still going to pay you to use their dollars. Remember these guys? Lender, borrower. You will always get paid when your money is being borrowed and put to use. So no matter how small, having your employees go to work for you is going to add up. If you want to look for a higher savings rate, that's where you go online. Websites like bankrate.com will show you exactly where a high yield savings rate is going to be able to be accessible. So now you see the 4 myths, or really the 4 advantages of having this teammate as a banker. You're probably asking yourself now, okay, I get it. Banks are businesses, they're here to make money. Well, what are these new age credit unions that I keep hearing about? They're a new form of a bank system, but instead of having a shareholder, they are owned by you, the members. They are non-profits. Where banks are businesses, credit unions are not out to typically make money. They still offer you that FDIC security. They can even give you higher rates on some things because they're not trying to make money. Where they kind of are at a disadvantage is perhaps in some of the service they're offering or the locations around town. But banks and credit unions are both good places to look for your first teammate. Question of the day. What were the 4 advantages of using a bank? Action item. Go ahead and go find your first banker. Open a checking and savings account. If you're saying, hey, I don't know the difference, or I need to understand more, or what questions to ask, we'll come back tomorrow. We're going to go through why Money Vehicle calls them today and tomorrow accounts, and the questions you need to ask that banker.